Welcome to C Video Lectures. In this lecture we are going to study about array. What is an array? An array is a data structure that is collection of similar elements. What is the syntax of writing array? It is type. Let me increase the size so that you can view it clearly. Also please turn on to full screen mode so that you can view it clearly. Now what is the syntax of declaring an array? It is type, variable name and size of array. Say I have to declare integer variable array. So for that type is int and I'm giving it variable name says sum and I want the size to be 5. So what is an array? Array, suppose we need 5 integer variables inside the program. So instead of giving 5 integer names, different names, say A, B, C, D, E, we can declare an array and we just have to give one variable name and we can specify the size, which is 5 in this case. Now what does this statement means? Int A 3. This means that we have declared an integer array and the name of the array is A and the size of the array is 3. A3 means I have used 3 integer variables, that is A0, A1 and A2. So similarly, if it would have been A5, that is the size of array was 5, then we would have A0, A1, A2, A3 and A4. So it starts from 0 and goes till size minus 1, that is size is 3, so size minus 1 is 3 minus 1 2 and total is equal to size, which is 3, 1, 2 and 3. Similarly, if I have to make float array, what would be the syntax? Float any variable name, say D, and size, say I want 4. What does this means? It means that I have 4 float variables D0, D1, D2 and D3. Now we are going to make small array program in which we are going to store values in array and we will print those values. In the next program, that is after this simple program is over, we are going to make a program that is much more complex, in which the user will enter the value inside an array and we are going to print those values. So I am starting with a simple program. Please turn on to full screen mode for better clarity. Include stdio.h, include conio.h main function. I am declaring integer A5 and I am giving it value. How to give it value? Use curly braces and give 5 values. Say I am giving 5, 7, 9, 8 and 3. What does this mean? It means that at A0 5 is stored, at A1 7 is stored, at A2 9 is stored, at A3 8 is stored and at A4 3 is stored. A5 means A0, A1, A2, A3 and A4. Now suppose I am printing value at A3. What should it print? Value at A3 is 8. This is at A0, A1, A2, A3, A4. So I am printing value at A3. Printf %d A3, get ch so that output window does not close. I am running the program. Control F9, 0 errors. Control F10. There you go, 8. It prints 8 because at A3 8 is stored. Now I'm going to print all the values. For that I can use for loop. For int I is equal to 0, I is less than 5, I plus plus. What does this mean? It means that I is 0, in next case I is 1, and this loop will go till I is equal to 4. The maximum value of I is equal to 4. So we are going to print AI. Printf new line, so that everything is printed in new line, %d AI. In first case I is 0, so it would print A0. A0 is 5. In next case I is 1, it would print A1, that is 7. Similarly, in next case I is equal to 2, it would print A2, that is 9, then 8, and then 3 would be printed. Get ch. Now I'm compiling the program, control F9. It says 0 error. Run the program. On running the program, it will display all the values inside the array, that is 57983. Control F10. There you go, 57983. All the values of array are being printed. So I hope this simple program is clear to you. Now I'm going to make a much more complex program in which the user will input the value inside the array. Now I'm declaring integer array same of size 5. Now printf. This is prompting the user to enter values. Enter 5 integers. So how do we enter? We use scanf, but here we have to enter 5 values, so we will use for loop and scanf. For loop, we have to move it. We have to use for loop 5 times because we have to enter 5 values. To use it 5 times, we have to declare I is equal to 0, I is less than 5, I is less than 5, I plus plus. Scan f %d ampersand I. That is, when I is 0, user will enter value that would be stored at A0. Next case, the user enter value that would be stored in A1. The next value user enters would be stored in A2. Similarly, next value is A3, and the last one is A4. A0, A1, A2, A3, A4. All the 5 values that user enters are stored here. Now since the value are stored, now we have to just print the value. Printing is done by reading it, and for that we again need a for loop. For int I is equal to 0, I is less than 5, I plus plus. For printing we required printf. Just print it %d on new line, so that everything is printed on new line. AI. Program complete. Use get ch so that output window does not close. So here the user enters 5 value. Those 5 values are stored inside the array, and here we are reading those values and printing it on the output screen. Control F9. It says 0 error. Run the program, control F10. There you go, it is asking to enter 5 integers. I will enter 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. Now as soon as I hit enter, all the values would be displayed. That is, all the values that I have entered would be displayed. There you go, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. So I hope entering the values into an array and reading the values from an array is clear to you. Now I'm going to give you a short demonstration on two-dimensional array. Till now we have studied only one-dimensional array. Now I'm going to tell you what are two-dimensional or multi-dimensional array. Consider this thing. Int, let me increase the size. Int a 2 2. This is two-dimensional arrays, and the maximum value it can accept is 2 into 2, that is 4. We can enter 4 values, and those 4 values would be stored in A0 small A0 0 A0 1 A1 0 and A1 1. Similarly, if we use this multi-dimensional array, this two-dimensional array int42, we can enter 4 into 2, that is 8 values. Similarly, this is two-dimensional array, we can have any number of dimensions we require, but usually at most we require 2 dimensions. So I hope arrays in C language is clear to you. You can also download this video from my website sites.google.com/site/el lectures. There are also hundreds of videos on this site that would help you understand the concepts. So this is all we have got in this lecture. Until next lecture, it's goodbye. Take care.